Hello there, dear learners. How are you? Do you miss having a class with your classmates? Or do you miss your lessons? The answer is here. We will bring to you our School on Air in Science 7. This episode will be streamed through radio, television, Facebook, and other online modes of learning. This is Teacher Roda Barut from Villa Concepcion High School, Bacolod Extension. And I will be with you all throughout this episode. We are about to begin, so bring out your module and find a comfortable place. Check your speakers if you can hear me clearly and make sure that you can see me on your screen. Be sure to have your ball pen and notebook with you so you can write the important information from the discussion later on. I am expecting that you will listen carefully and watch attentively. Is everyone ready? That is great! We will now get down to our discussion. This module is divided into two lessons. Lesson 1, Latitude. Lesson 2, Longitude. After going through this module, you are expected to 1. Discuss the different reference lines used to locate places on Earth. 2. Locate a specific place using the coordinate system. And 3. Recognize the relationship between latitude and the climate of a certain place. In this lesson, you are expected to answer and accomplish the following parts of the module. These parts are the following: what's new, what's more, what I have learned, what I can do, assessment, and additional activities. To activate your brain cells, let me check first what you know in this lesson. Let's start. Number 1, what do you call the horizontal lines found in the globe? A. Equator. B. Latitude. C. Longitude. D. Prime meridian. You're right. The answer is letter B, or latitude. For item number 2, what do you call to the great circle that is halfway between the northern and southern hemisphere? A. Equator. B. Latitude. C. Longitude. D. Prime meridian. Very good, learners. The correct answer is letter A, or equator. For item number 3, what do you call the line of the globe that runs from north to south? A. Equator. B. Latitude. C. Longitude. D. Prime meridian. Your answer should be letter C, or longitude. Number 4, what do you call the starting point of longitude measured in 0 degree? A. Starter. B. Equator. C. Antimeridian. D. Prime meridian. You got it, learners. The correct answer is letter D, prime meridian. And for the last item, which of the following describes the left side of the prime meridian? A. Western hemisphere. B. Eastern hemisphere. C. Northern hemisphere. And D. Southern hemisphere. The answer is letter A, Western hemisphere. How did you find the pretest, my dear learners? What was your score? Very good. So I think everyone is ready now. Let's proceed to our lesson. The Earth has many interesting and wonderful places that you can visit. From the deep blue sprawling oceans to the vast and green fields and lush forests, you can actually get lost while wandering this amazing place. What would you do if you get lost? Will you ask directions? That can be done indeed. However, if there comes a time that you have no one to ask, what will you rely on? A map would be a must-have. It is a handy tool to aid you in going to different places you haven't been to. Now the question is, how do you locate places on a map? You are correct! By using the Earth's grid system or coordinate system. But what is Earth's grid system or coordinate system? Scientists have established a coordinate system using circular lines to pinpoint any place on Earth. A coordinate system is a grid used to identify locations on a page or screen that is equivalent to grid locations on the globe. The most common coordinate system used is by using longitude and latitude. Latitude is the measurement on a globe or map of a place north or south of the equator. It is measured in degrees, minutes, and seconds. The greatest possible latitudes are 90 degrees north and 90 degrees south. To identify different latitudinal positions on maps or globes, equidistant circles are plotted and drawn parallel to the equator and each other. These are known as the parallels, or parallels of latitude. The equator is also called the Great Circle around the Earth that is equidistant from the geographic poles and lies in a plane perpendicular to the Earth's axis. It divides the Earth halfway into the northern and southern hemispheres at 0 degrees latitude and forms the imaginary reference line. 5 lines of latitude have special names. They are, at latitude 0 degrees, it is named equator. At latitude 23.5 degrees north, Tropic of Cancer. At latitude 23.5 degrees south, Tropic of Capricorn. At latitude 66.5 degrees north, its name is Arctic Circle. And at latitude 66.5 degrees south, it is Antarctic Circle. The latitude values have been rounded off to the nearest half degree. Look at the figure and find the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. The part of the world between these two parallel lines is called tropics. Countries that are located in this zone experience a tropical climate where the annual average temperature is about 18 degrees Celsius. Now, find the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle. Between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle is the Northern Temperate Zone. Between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle is the Southern Temperate Zone. Countries in these zones go through 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and autumn. Finally, the areas within the Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle are called the polar regions or frigid zones. People who choose to live in these areas have to deal with temperatures that never go above 10 degrees Celsius. It is cold all year round, and even during the summer months, it does not feel like summer at all. To sum up, the closer the latitude is to the equator, the warmer the climate. The closer it is to the poles, the colder. Thus, it is clear that there is a relationship between the latitude of a place and the climate it experiences. Before we proceed to the second part, do not forget to finish answering the part 1. This time, you will be learning about another component of the coordinate system, longitude. It is the imaginary line in the globe that runs vertically from north to south. To discover more about longitude, study the images that describes the longitude lines in the globe to answer the questions. Here are the questions to ponder. Number 1, are the lines of longitude parallel from each other? 2, does it form circles at the poles? 3, Do the lines of longitude meet or not? And number 4, in general, describe the lines of longitude. Lines which run from north to south are called longitudes. The longitude which passes through Greenwich, England is called the prime meridian. As a reference point, the prime meridian is read as 0-degree longitude. The degree increases as it moves westward or eastward until it reaches the longitude opposite to the prime meridian, the anti-meridian, read as 180 degrees longitudes. The prime meridian and anti-meridian divide the globe into its eastern and western hemispheres. The right side of the prime meridian is the eastern hemisphere, while the left side is the western hemisphere. Starting at the prime meridian, moving 180 degrees to the east or to the west brings you to the longitude 180 degrees, or also known as anti-meridian. Like the prime meridian, longitude 180 degrees represents the boundary of the eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. The prime meridian and longitude 180 degrees are on opposite sides of the world. Now, how can we locate places? By combining longitude and latitude, any location can be pinpointed. This is how you can locate places using latitude and longitude. Each latitude and longitude is 15 degrees away from each other. As we go further away from the center, the degree increases. Longitude and latitude are measured in degrees, which can be further be divided in minutes, where there are 60 minutes per degrees and 60 seconds per minute. When writing locations, latitude and longitude, always write the latitude first. Examples: 38 degrees, 45 minutes north. 72 degrees, 2 minutes west. 35 degrees, 60 minutes south. 122 degrees, 54 minutes east. Number 4. Let's take for example, we are looking for the place which has a latitude of 21 degrees, 58 minutes north and longitude of 34 degrees, 28 minutes west. It would tell us that the place is located somewhere in the second quadrant or in the northwestern part of the globe. In real life, there are several instances where you would need to know how to find the longitude and latitude. For example, tracking hurricanes. Coordinate system is used to track the path of the storm and try to predict its future path. Another example is in emergency situation like plane crash or ship sinking. Coordinates of longitude and latitude assists rescue teams to locate. If you are in the middle of an ocean, there are no landmark to use, so you better know your latitudes and longitudes. Thanks to our geographic coordinates, you can pinpoint any point on Earth. Do you know now where the Philippines is located? Using latitude and longitude is not the only way that you can describe the location of a certain area. Another way is by identifying the land masses and bodies of water that are found in that area. With that said, my dear learners, I hope you are now ready to answer all the activities in your module. I hope that you have learned new knowledge and skills in this episode. If you want to deepen your skills about locating places using coordinate system, just refer to the different additional activities of your module. For further inquiries and clarifications, feel free to send me a message via any means you can access. In addition, boxes are installed in your schools where you can drop your output for checking. Always remember to abide our community rules against coronavirus because it is better to be safe than regret. Once again, I am Teacher Dang Selon Barut, emphasizing the phrase, we learn as one, we heal as one. Sulong Edokalidad. Till next time, have a great day.